Hey, what's up, world? How are you? This is Cussionist here. Super excited to be bringing you check, 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 check. Yes, indeed. Cushion is here. Very excited to be bringing you lesson number 9. I just got back from Brazil. Shout out all my friends at NGO Radio Terra in Brazil. It's been a magical last couple of weeks. I spent 8 days in the heart of Bahia in Salvador working on rhythms and creating sample packs and doing a cross-cultural exchange with none other than Ivanzinho Pacapuco, one of the greatest percussionists in the world and the most heavily recorded Bahian Brazilian artist, percussionist in the history of music. So, shout out to you. Shout out to all of you out there, including Ivan and all my friends at NGO Radio Terra. Also, shout out to our sponsors of Roland Corporate, my sponsors, Roland Corporation, Proel, Icon Microphones, Tamboro Drums. Just for some examples, I switched out the kit. So this is a Ludwig kit. I'm not sponsored by Ludwig, but shout out to Tamboro Drums for making incredible Italian-made, handcrafted, amazing wood drums. Anyways, today we're talking about space. What I demonstrated was a fantastic example of using space within a well-known drum break. That's the Poison drum break by the band Belle Biv DeVoe. I love that groove. I think that the break, though, shows a call and answer example of how to use space. In other words, here's the call. And the answer is 1. Is the stab on 1. But you could also look at the 1 as the call and the other part as the answer. Right? So either way, there's a beginning and then there's an end. There's a call and there's a response. That's one way that we can use space. Another way that we can use space, which I demonstrated, was just taking beats out. Taking beats out of the fill, taking beats out of the phrase can generate a really great amount of tension and release. And we're always looking for that music. We're always looking for the perfect amount of tension and release. That's what it's always about. So I'm going to use another example. I'm going to play a swing groove, and I'm going to deliberately create the absence of sound in order to show what space really does. So I hope you can see that it's really just about choosing when to take some beats out, or choosing in that moment to not fill it up with more drum ideas. Mute the cymbal, create a sense of purpose with the next beat that you play. One of the reasons why we use space is because it emphasizes what comes before and after it, right? Let's take, for example, the beat that I worked with 2 weeks ago when I was in Brazil, and that was Palm Grease by Herbie Hancock, played by Mike Clark. So there's a lot of space in this beat, and a lot of where the space is emphasizing what is coming next, right? Right, so clearly that groove uses a lot of space in order to make it as effective. It wouldn't be as effective if it didn't have that little space right before the top of it. So that's a really good way of using space. Some of the ways that we can explore space is by pausing in the middle of our groove or in the middle of our fill for a very short and precise amount of time, and then resuming playing. Dynamics and pure silence are also absolute options. And I think that it takes a lot of maturity to add space where you would maybe want to add a bunch of fills. Right? Let's take this samba reggae, for example, and let me use dynamics to give the illusion of space. So it's key. Dynamics are key in enabling us to actually have some sense of space, some sense of that there is a place to go. The music should always feel like it can go somewhere. It should never feel stagnant or never feel like it's constantly at this peak place, because then that becomes a plateau. We always want the rolling valleys of music, the natural waveforms of life, the ups and the downs, the call and the response to take hold. Speaking of call and response, let's explore call and response as a way to use space. Now, call and response is really just simply having an idea that represents a question and then another idea that represents an answer. All right, so one of the most incredible examples of space that I can think of is Elvin Jones on A Love Supreme. The track is called Acknowledgement, and it's a Latin groove that swings and is straight in all of the best ways. And I can't say enough about this groove on Acknowledgement. It really shows space. It really shows a lot about space. Another record that you should definitely check out that features an incredible amount of space is Perceptual by Brian Blade Fellowship. The entire album is a masterclass on sensitivity and explosions, dynamics, space, silence. It's a deep and brooding and emotional album that has some of the greatest drumming on it, period. So check out Brian Blade, check out Elvin Jones, check out Questlove. Questlove is somebody that is known for having some of the best time and the best pocket and the greatest sound, and being, one of the founding fathers of hip hop drumming and groove drumming, period. But I think that there's a lesson to be learned in the reason why Quest is effective, and that is because he plays only what is necessary. And I think that's something to be looked at and appreciated. All right, so I appreciate you for being here. This is E-Cussionist signing off. We talked about space. Space is the place. Remember that it is just the intentional usage of no sound wherever you feel is musically appropriate. There, you are using space. Don't forget that when you allow space in conversations, in life, and in music, you allow other people in, and that's the point. Allow other people to participate in this magical experience called life and music, and then we'll be able to have some more cross-cultural conversations and create more understanding within any communal space. Peace and blessings, y'all. E-Cussionist out.